Hi there, my name's Jason Williams, and this is another video interested in a Nissan Patrol repairs. It's going to be a normal thing, isn't it? Maybe that's because I bought a Nissan, so I'm going to constantly be fixing it. No. Anyway, the reason my Toyota I'm never fixing that is because I've owned that a long time and I fixed it, when I bought it 15 years ago. I got it all right. Anyway. So today in this video, I've been having some issues. I'm going to take the head off of, you might have seen my tuning video where I wasn't using a vac gauge and I wasn't quite 100% convinced on the amount of vacuum it was producing. And I thought, I chase vacuum leaks. I thought, wonder what it would be. Anyway, I thought, you know what? I don't know this motor. It's only done 150,000 apparently. And there's nothing to indicate that it has that's not true. And so I thought, I'll pull the plugs out and I'll do a compression test. So I did a compression test. Cylinder number 1 came in at 49 psi. I was like, is there something wrong with my compression gauge? Checked the second one, it was 100. Oh no, it was about 90, and then the next one was 120. And I was like, all right, something's back. I went checked again, number 1, and it was 120 again. I mean, not 120. The number 1 was 49, still where it was. So I thought, well, it doesn't use any oil, so there's nothing really indicating it's an old engine. So I thought I'd try a little trick, and I squirted some oil down, like a bit of oil from an oil can, down cylinder number 1 through the spark plug hole. Did the compression test again and got 49 again, which means it's very, very unlikely to be the bore. It's most likely the head gasket. I haven't had, when I first got this, I had a crappy radiator in it and I got heaps of scale out of it, and I'm pretty sure the head gasket's just broken down. I don't think there's going to be any other issues. I'm half expecting to pull most of it off and the head bolts even to be a bit loose. But that's dreaming, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to pull the intake manifold off, the exhaust manifold off and the rocker cover off, and then pull the head off. And when I get to the head, I'll do time lapses, and when I get to the cylinder head, I'll slow it down to video so that we can see what those head bolts are like coming out. Right, let's begin. So first I get into this, the first thing I did was actually remove the exhaust manifold, and this was fairly easy. This was, it has a set of extractors that aren't that old, so it was surprising they all came off quite easily. And then taking off the inlet manifold. So, this was a bit more difficult, obviously a lot more pipes there to be played with, and it was a little bit tougher, it was glued on quite tight. Then I took the carburetor off, and then began taking off the rocker cover, which is you'll see in this bit just coming. Let's take the rocker cover off and away I go. Alright, so I got the rocker gear off, everything off, and I'm ready to take the cylinder head off. So I've got to crack all the head bolts now. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I'm expecting some just here to be loose-ish, but if they're at tension, this is going to take quite a fair bit of effort to crack each one. So here goes nothing. Wasn't nearly as tight as I was expecting. A little bit of tension. Not as tight as what I would have expected them to be. That's loose, that one. Yep. So I'm going to undo them in the same way that you do them up, or in the reverse. So you do them up from the center out to tension them. So I'll go the outside in. Imagine it's going to be much else, but I'll have to inspect the head once there's not much point recording this as I go, it's pretty boring. I just work around till I get them all loose, pull them all out and lift the head off. And then inspect the head, because I can't wait to see how, what the condition of the underneath is like. Can't wait, exciting. Alright, so I've got all the head bolts are undone. The locating bolts at the front are undone. Just try to see if I can break this free. I think it will. Ooh. Yep, just like that. Alright, so the cylinder head is off. Whoop, just change the camera, yep. Alright, so the cylinder head is off and it's just over here. And I've put a straight edge over it pretty quickly, roughly, just checking, and everything seems straight. There's a couple of things I have to sort out. I've got to clean off the top of this engine block and clear the galleries, make sure the galleries are all clean, and clean it all back and make sure it's perfect before the new head gasket. And that I should be able to record some of that. Alright, well, on further inspection of everything, I was all sort of excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this done. I'll show you here. That valve's cracked, chunk out of that. Probably see that, no doubt. You can see that, yep. And if I go to the next valve, you'll see a crack and so forth, and they're all the same. They're all pretty badly damaged. So I'm going to strip this head down and maybe get an exchange head, maybe. Or do I do the engine conversion now while I'm here? Don't know. I've got to have a think about that. I'll strip this head down and then have a good think about whether I'm just going to put the other engine in and do the conversion. That'll probably make a really much better video, eh? Yeah. Fail. Or I'll continue with another head. I'll see how I go. Alright, to begin. Alright, engine block clean. Try to get that in the camera. Yep. Took quite a lot. Set like almost all afternoon pretty much. Sanding and cleaning that. Have the new head gasket here. Time to whack that on and make this happen. Alright, with each and every new bolt, get one of the old bolts and I take off this washer. Clean a bit of the old oil off. Not that that's overly necessary, but something I'll do. Put it, making sure it's the right way up. Chamfer goes up. And put a bit of oil on the thread. And a bit of oil on the washer. On the top and on the bottom. Alright, and then that bolt can go in. And like so, and just putting them in all hand tight. Well, not hand tight, just till they seat down. Don't put a tool on them yet. Once you feel it reach the bottom, that's it. And continue that with all of them till you fill them all up. Alright, so now that you see that they're all in, they're just sitting in there. I've got two torque wrenches. I've got a new one and quite an old one. And I've don't know how good they are, but I'll want to test. The first set is to 29 newton meters, I think here. Yep, 29. We start at number 1, which is, well, 1, 2, third cylinder in and the first in, and we work out I think that's 29-ish. Bit hard to set it right, but anyway, what I want to do is check that my old torque wrench is still okay. Yep, roughly there somewhere. So I'll check, I'll do all these in the required pattern, which is, this is number 1, bolt number 1, bolt number 2, bolt number 2, then it's here, and there, then it'll be here, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, so yep, I see the pattern. And of course the phone rings. And continue with that. Alright, let's try 57 on this one. So all of those talked up to the third stage, according to the sheet. Third stage, all to 67 Newton meters. Now I've got to loosen them all. And I should do it in reverse. Oh, won't matter, I don't think. Should I do it in reverse? Probably. Got to loosen them off. They're off. Now I've got to tighten them all back up in the sequence, in the same sequence, to 29 Newton meters, how I first started. This one in. Yep, feels about right. Alright, with them all torqued to that first, oh, that's actually the 5th step, and the 6th step is plus 74 degrees or 74 Newton meters, and I'll have a rest and get on to that. Alright, final stage is 74 Newton meters or plus 74 degrees, or either, or 75 degrees, whatever it ends up being. So we got 1, 2, 3 in the valley is number 1. So I'll go, oh, yeah, about 80 degrees, wasn't it? Now just check with this one, is that the same? Yep. Right. Oh, roughly about right. Number 2. So 90 degrees would be straight. Want to be almost there, don't I? Well, that's almost 90 degrees, wasn't it? That's the head torque down. Next bit. Alright, with everything assembled, I've got to pump the fuel back up with the key, and with everything assembled, hopefully all goes well. And I've filled that up. I'm just going to flash it through, see how I go. That didn't even sound like compression. Well, I've done something really wrong. There's no compression in that. All right. Wow, that just became a fail. All right, after doing some other investigations, it turned out the valve clearance, because I hadn't adjusted it, it was so far out it wasn't funny. It was actually holding the valves open, so I couldn't get compression. All right, so I adjusted the valve, couldn't record it because the battery went flat in the camera, and I was way too impatient. So that's that. And the compression test, I'll go over here quickly. I'll just show on the board here. That's a compression. 132, 134, 126, 130, 132, 130. So all up, the greatest change is 8 psi between 126 and 134. You're allowed up to 14 psi. You know, so as you know, it seems like a healthy motor. You know, it definitely seems like a healthy motor. So I will now do a startup. Let's see how that goes. Here goes nothing. I think everything's connected. Oh, we got fire. Two pumps on the accelerator. Oh. That is the nicest I've heard it idle yet ever. Alright, so I'm gonna just warm this engine up, even though I did the valve clearance while it was cold. Not ideal, but good enough to get it close. And what I'll do is let it warm up and open up and let this fluid drain through, which should take a few minutes, and yeah. And then I'll check back in once I've got this all sorted. Alright, well, thanks for watching this one. It's a success, everything's working. It runs a whole lot better, idles really nicely. The aircon, when the aircon's on and it's in in drive and I'm stopped at lights or something like that, it's like really good. There's no rough idle, there's no missing anymore. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I will aspire to see you in the next one.